There's been some talk about possibly Joshua using Jake Paul as a tune-up to fight you. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know about tune-up. I think Jake Paul knocks him out.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, by the sounds of it, there's 50 million reasons why Anthony Joshua's taking this fight. In my head, I never, ever thought this fight would happen. Why? Because of Anthony Joshua's desire to be in the history books, to be a three-time heavyweight champion of the world. To me, it shows me his desire. Pick up 50 million along the way. Nobody can.
Heavyweight veterans have started weighing in on the potential Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua showdown. And Tyson Fury didn't hold back. Speaking to the Ring magazine months ago, Fury made it clear he wasn't interested in tune-ups. He boldly predicted that Jake Paul would knock Joshua out, calling AJ a spent force while describing Paul as on the rise. Fury even complimented Paul's new heavyweight physique, describing it as a little chubby and a little bulky, and praised his win over an aging Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., noting Chavez spent most of his career at middleweight. Fury said he also admired the way Paul calls out fighters from every division, labeling them across-the-scale call-outs.
Joshua using Jake Paul as a tune-up to fight you. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know about tune-up. I think Jake Paul knocks him out.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Why so? What impresses you about Jake Paul?
I just think Jake Paul would knock AJ out. I think AJ's a spent force, and I think Jake Paul's on the rise. And I like his new heavyweight.
In a surprising twist, Jake Paul hinted that the fight with Joshua isn't guaranteed. Posting on X, he wrote, "Not holding my breath for 2025. Too many yes men." Joshua's last appearance was a brutal knockout loss to Daniel Dubois at Wembley in 2024. Since then, his long layoff has pushed him out of the heavyweight rankings. After Paul's scheduled fight with Gervonta Davis collapsed over the weekend, the Ring's Mike Coppinger reported that Paul and two-time heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua were finalizing a Netflix fight for Friday, December 19th, a fully sanctioned professional heavyweight bout that counts on both men's records. Eddie Hearn, Joshua's longtime promoter, confirmed the fight would follow traditional Queensberry rules: 3-minute rounds, 1-minute rests, and 10-ounce gloves. Rumors suggest both fighters could earn up to £70 million each with a 50-50 purse split. Paul confidently claimed he would defeat Joshua, saying AJ has no chin. Shockingly, Tyson Fury, whose brother Tommy handed Paul his only loss, sided with Paul, picking him to beat Joshua. Paul, now 28, holds a 12-1 record and has faced names like Mike Tyson and Chavez Jr. However, Eddie Hearn told BBC Radio 5 that fans are jumping the gun, insisting Joshua has a major fight scheduled with Tyson Fury next year. He admitted a fight with Paul is possible, but not locked in. If we're running into 2025, maybe we take a low-key fight somewhere. And if that means destroying Mr. Paul and making tens of millions, then maybe. Joshua reportedly told Sport 1 that Fury has to fight him. Meanwhile, former heavyweight title challenger Derek Chisora gave a brutal prediction. Speaking to Sakan's out, Chisora said, AJ is going to kill him. If that fight happens, someone better go to jail. Paul hasn't got the power to knock Joshua out. Jake Paul goes home in an ambulance. Former unified heavyweight champion Andy Ruiz Jr. also shared his opinion with Covers. Ruiz acknowledged Paul's impact on boxing, but criticizes matchmaking. He fights older guys, smaller guys. It's disrespectful. When asked if he would fight Paul, Ruiz said, "I'd like to see him fight Andy Ruiz, someone his size and level." Ruiz predicted he would stop Paul within 4 rounds using pressure, body shots, and combinations. What once felt like a fantasy is suddenly becoming realistic. Anthony Joshua, a former Olympic gold medalist and 2-time unified heavyweight champion, may face Jake Paul, a fighter whose only loss is to Tommy Fury. Many still call the matchup dangerous, bizarre, and borderline reckless. Johnny Nelson also reacted to the developing story.
Fight that's reportedly being worked on for December 19th in Miami.
Did I see the fight being worked on December 19th in Miami?
Yeah.
No.
Do you know which fight I'm talking about?
No.
Fair enough.
Oh, Jesus. That's a fucking bad idea. That's a bad idea. But let me tell you what. A lot of people watch that one.
Will you watch it?
Sure. You know what everybody's tuning in for on that one. I think.
Former cruiserweight world champion Tony Bellew strongly opposed the matchup, but when asked how long the fight would last, he said, "As long as Joshua wants it to, Simple. David Hay echoed the sentiment, warning that no special rules could protect Paul. This is not Tyson Fury. This isn't even Francis Ngannou. This is a cruiserweight with 13 fights. AJ is an Olympic gold medalist and a 2-time heavyweight champion. I give Jake Paul absolutely no chance. Hay argued that Joshua's power makes the fight extremely dangerous. He referenced Joshua's fight with Ngannou in 2024, where Ngannou was knocked out almost instantly. Hay said Paul's best-case scenario is that Joshua ended quickly. Long, sustained beatings cause injuries. A quick knockout might actually save him. He added that Paul's worst outcome could be a sore head and a ruptured eye socket. Joshua has been inactive for over a year following his devastating loss to Daniel Dubois in September 2024. Analysts warn that fighting Paul could harm AJ's legacy, while others believe boxing has always embraced spectacle. Pointing to Fury versus Ngannou in 2023 is proof. Many argue that knocking out Paul in a single round would boost Joshua's global profile without hurting his reputation. The announcement shocked fans, especially because Paul had also been preparing to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. While Davis and Paul are similar in size, Joshua towers over Paul by nearly a foot and outweighs him by almost 100 pounds. Despite Paul's recent doubts, all signs point to a potential showdown in December or early January. UFC President Dana White, a longtime critic of Paul, called the fight a bad idea, but admitted he would tune in. People know what they're tuning in for, and they'll finally get what they've been waiting for. White made it clear he expects Joshua to destroy Paul, and he wanted a front row seat to watch it happen.